How could this be restricted, dude? It got me. Oh, this is irritating. Oh, there it is.
Hey, Coach, I think you're muted.
Ah,
There you go.
that was very dumb of me, huh?
I was like, is that on me? I'm over here looking to see if it's
Hey,
on me.
let me start this again. You know, we make that mistake every now and then, all right? But you
All
saw my
right.
mouth moving, right? So I
Yeah.
know I know how to adjust this when we put it on a podcast. Let me try this again. Hey, we are back. We are back. We are back. Another Thursday night. Coaching Coach Podcast. We'd like to welcome everyone to the Coaching Coach Podcast. I am your defensive coordinator. My job is to keep points off the board, make sure I get the ball back to the offense, and make sure you don't tear us down. I am Coach Marks, and on the right of me is our offensive coordinator. Defense win championships, but offense put butts in seats. And if you can't score, Coach Benji, I figured out that you can't win. He is our offensive coordinator. He is Coach Benji. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button and set your notifications so you won't miss an episode of the Coaching Coach Podcast. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also catch every live episode on our YouTube page, the Coaching Coach Podcast. And you can also follow us on our Facebook page. Follow us on our TikTok page as well. We're going to start getting more content. We got to start getting more of the concession stand review on there as well. And some things that I need to start trying to figure out to put on there. But we're going to follow us on TikTok, Facebook, and just type in Coaching Coach Podcast, hit that follow button, and we are off and rolling. Coach, how your week been, man?
It's been good. It's kind of flown by, and we're here on a Thursday getting ready to enjoy a great slate of games on Friday and Saturday, and there's some good games Sunday. And this is where we're getting to the part of the week where I'm like, pump the brakes, let's slow down and enjoy it, take it all in. It'll be fun. I've been down with some type of illness, but I'm feeling better, and I'll be, very happy to get back to the field tomorrow and watch some football live.
Oh yeah, man. It's homecoming weekend, bro. It's probably, I mean, the last couple of years we've learned how to do homecoming right at Bruce High School. So we're looking forward to that. And then my class, the class of 1995, we 30 years, it's our class reunion weekend. So we're 30 years. Oh man, guess what I was able to do tonight? I just shared the YouTube video on Facebook, man. So go to Facebook and share it. Man, we are rolling this week. I don't know what happened this week, but we got it rolling this week, man. So you can, those that's not subscribed to our YouTube page, you can now go to your Facebook page and go to my page, Coach Benji. You get an opportunity to get to share it on your page. So now you can follow us also on there. So now nobody have a reason to miss an episode. We are rolling now, man. But got a big night tonight, man. Big night tonight. It's a first tonight. We got our first interview tonight. and man, I'm looking forward to it. Just as we continue to grow the brand and grow everything that we're doing here, man, I'm just excited about where we headed at, man. It's been a very busy week, but man, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, me too. Getting to sit back, talk, get to talk to people about things we love and be with people that we enjoy being with. I've considered you a friend for a long time, so getting to do a show together, it can be hectic and, to realize that we're only like a week into this and, feel like we're growing and learning. I've learned something new every day about doing this. And, it's a labor of love because you get to talk about the things you enjoy. So I hope it continues. Hope we just climb to new heights and I hope we're here for a long time.
And you said something amazing, like it's just a week, and it just feels like we've been doing it a while. But I guess actually we have been. Me and you have been doing it. We're just sharing it with everybody else.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I remember at the Faulkner game. Once I realized where you was, I'm like, man, I gotta go somewhere where I can talk, about
Right.
the game and somebody understands what I'm talking about.
Right.
But it looked like that our guest is here, man. So let me get my questions together. Let me get everything together. We're gonna welcome him in, but we're gonna welcome him in right. Let me get him on and let me get ready to fire up the masses, man. This is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be awesome. So we're gonna bring him in, and I'm gonna just tell him. Let's see, we get it right there. T, you gotta unmute yourself, man. Look at these rookies with an Alabama hat on. Man, what is going on?
What's up, bro?
Hey, I want you to, before we get started, man, I got something special. I want people to see. Not only that I want them to hear it tonight, but I want them to see something. So we're gonna share the screen, and for about a couple of minutes, I just want you to enjoy what we're about to show right now. Yeah, buddy, let's get it up there. Let me get you some music in the background. I got a good story behind that 54 and 56, but we'll get to it. So you see, the old man can get he got up and down every now and then. Got a good story about that Coffeyville game too. If y'all missing the live, you missing the highlight film of Roman Moore. See, that's why you got to follow us. That's why you got to get the live video. They have enough weight to bring them down, though. But this is impressive right here. Big guy blocking punts.
Oh man.
Yeah. Had some choice words for Perry Lyles. We'll get into that later. I know Coach was talking about he missed them old school neck rolls. We had a receiver that had a neck roll too. Didn't really make sense, but we'll get into that.
Yeah. Oh, Will Turner one.
Raise the roof. See Coach Jackson there, all 140 pounds of him. That might have been where he said something negative to the opposing coach.
Yeah. I only did that one time though.
That's all it took. Coach Ferguson didn't play. Now you Spoman came off the field. You see how the rules unchanged? His helmet was off. Back then, one man could bring one person down. You didn't need a team of folks. Now you need all 8 players. They still breaking tackles. Oh yeah. Big T, Big T, Big T. What's up, big guy?
What's going on, y'all? Y'all good?
Oh yeah, we good, man. We like to welcome to the show our first guest, the first one. You know, the first one make history, man. The first one we got Roman T. Got 1,000 nicknames, more, man. Welcome to the podcast, man. We want to sit down and we want to start our show off right tonight, and we know we ain't gonna hold you long, but we do want to talk to you about some stuff. You know, Benji, Coach Benji is a little kid. He don't know nothing about the '90s football. You know, so we gotta bring him back into the '90s football.
I need a good lesson.
And before we get into some of the questions and everything, you know, Roman was able. There's some names that's synonymous in different places. You know, Water Valley, you know, the Pulleys and the Hervis. You know, their name is football. Calhoun City, Jennings and Coffees, but there's one name that's synonymous with football in Bruce, Mississippi, and that's the Armstrong name. But Roman was able to get by because his last name was Moore. So he didn't have to deal with the scrutiny. Him and Coach Jackson was able to get by. When did they realize who you was, Roman?
Oh man, I think it was about I think like the third or fourth game, seventh grade football. And I told him who my uncle was, and Coach Ferguson said, "Tim Armstrong, your uncle?" I was like, yeah. It took him a while to even know my brother Jonathan was brothers, man, because we had different last names. There's a story behind that, so I ain't gonna get into that.
Yeah, I know that. I'm not gonna get in that too. But what's crazy though, everywhere I go, everybody holler out the same thing. When they find out we from Bruce, they'll be like, "Well, it's Armstrong." They say that name, and they be like, "Well, even on this year's team, we do have fourth generation Armstrongs on the team. You got JD, who his mother is Jasmine, which is your first cousin."
Yeah.
And Jasmine's dad is Clinton Armstrong Jr. I call him Bay Pearl. And a lot of people don't know this, but James Fred Gator is a fourth generation Armstrong.
No, I didn't know that.
His dad is DeFurl Justice, who is better known as Ski Wee Bo. So we got two fourth generation Armstrongs on the team, and you know, now at this day and time, everybody, you know, the names get. And Rashad, my nephew, I'll never forget, he said, he asked me one time, he said, "What happened to our Armstrong?" I said, "Well, ours, you know, sometimes you got to add milk, add different water to it for the milk to go through." I said, "Their Armstrong was already instant. They was already there. We had to add water and had to boil it and shake it to get it going." So that's the story about it. But man, let's get into it. You know how I feel, man. You're a freaking legend in this thing, and in my opinion, probably top 5 defensive lineman in Bruce history. But how would you rank yourself? And I don't be modest, but how would you rank yourself?
Man, I wouldn't. I know we had some great ones, man. Sean Gibson was good. There's a couple more I can't talk top of my head, but I say I'm about the top 10.
Top 10? No. See, I told you not to be modest. You are top 5 defensive lineman, man, because when you said a name, Sean Gibson, and then Coach, you played with a good defensive lineman, D. Tillman. You played with a explosive defensive lineman. But, you know, I told a coach today, you know, my extensive knowledge of football started in '89. From '89 on, and in '89, that Percy Evans, who was another Armstrong. So the legacy is there, but a funny story before we get into the next question. I started coaching in '99, which was Roman's junior year. And Coach Phil Ferguson, he the first day I got out there, he brought me onto the field. And he said, "I don't care what you call him outside of here. Inside here, he is Coach Marks." Okay, fine. Well, Roman one day forgot that I was Coach Marks, and he called me by my first name. And Benji, I'm gonna tell you, he haven't called me by my name since then.
Learned it right then, huh?
Coach Ferguson ran him so much that even to this day, I don't think Roman had called me by my first name.
I
Wow.
had, man. I mean, coach, man. I read, man. Hey, back then, conditioner was conditioner. It
Woo!
was different. Oh
And
my
man,
God.
hey, we got some stories. But I was telling Benji about that '98 team. And you played alongside your brother. I think you was at a 4 or 5 technique, and he was at the 1. He's playing nose. Or
Yeah,
were you?
yeah.
So I was telling Benji about the Independence game. What do you remember about that Independence game?
Man. Oh, I think I remember that a lot of folks were leaving, man. Thought we had lost. Did Chess die? Did Chess
Yeah,
die score? Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
But see, that year I didn't play defense. You remember? I played a little bit. I mostly played
Off
offensive guard.
offensive guard. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
And it was Jonathan that caused the quarterback to throw an errant pass and chest die. Man, he got up that sideline, and I'm gonna tell you that's when I realized how fast chest die was. But
Yeah.
something else happened in '98.
What was
Uh,
that?
I think y'all went to Ruleville.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened. What special happened in Ruleville in '98?
Man, well, Tim, I think Tim Jones, man, I think he was coming off a block. I mean, I think he was rushing, man. Blitzed in it. Man, by the time I turned, man, I saw him coming, man. I failed, man. Next thing I remember, he leaped over my head, man. He hit Chad Logan. Man, he knocked Chad Logan him about 20 yards the opposite way, man. Oh, God.
So anybody that go to First Baptist in Cal City, if Brother Chad don't seem right, this is the guy. That's the reason that he don't feel right.
Hey, I couldn't, man. Boy, he was so fast, man. I couldn't turn in time.
And that Ruleville team was an amazing team. Coach, you can chime in. I don't want to take all the questions, man.
Oh no, I'm sitting here enjoying just listening to the stories and everything. I'm gonna say like '03 is like my earliest memory of Bruce football. So like just getting to sit back and hear
Yeah.
everything, that it's really cool because I enjoy going through the history pages like that AFHS .com and
Yeah.
things, looking at stats and stuff. But looking at stats and scores don't paint a picture of it. So to have someone
Oh, yeah.
that can, tell their stories is really neat. But
Yeah.
what if I had a question, I think back to Calhoun City always being the game. When I
Yeah.
was in high
Yeah.
school at Bruce, it was the game. But
Yeah.
I can
Well, yeah.
think of, if I had stories to tell about some battles of my time, like a game that we played 3 out of 4 years was like West Bolivar in the playoffs. Was there an opponent that you guys look forward to? Like, who was that next? Like, you were like, man, I can't wait to get after them, or
Besides Count City,
besides Calhoun City.
uh, it just really, well, Pontotoc for a couple of years now, man.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
stand them,
That's
Pontotoc was a tough game, man.
I bet.
Them guys was pretty tough, man.
And they always had those recruits, so it made y'all guys lick y'all chops because everybody was praising them. They was always talking about their players and this and that and the other. I think that '99 year we beat them in the first game.
Yeah, and a couple of our old coaches was over there, so we want to stick it to them anyway. So
Right. Yeah, that sounds like a game where, they're a bigger school. You just were like, hey, we got a free shot here to go, be a world beater tonight.
yeah, man. I mean,
So-
that Pontotoc, man. Probably Pontotoc, that team that that I always wanted to play. We didn't play them but like 2 years, but that's first couple of years. That's what I really wanted to play besides Council.
Awesome.
Now at first Roman didn't start out so strong at first because I thought he kind of at first I like Duty got a shot, man, because Roman kind of was like that, but Duty just said forget it. But it happened all of a sudden because I remember when you was in junior high And I was like, man, this little fat little joker, man. I tell you, boy, he bringing the name down. I remember telling Tim one time. I said, boy, your nephew bringing the brand down, man. I said, this little fat chubby joker, man. And then all of a sudden, just out of the blue, this humongous dude just popped out of nowhere. When did you start noticing, like, okay, I'm here?
Man, I put in the work, man. Maybe around that ninth grade year, if you, a lot of people don't remember, man. We played Boonville. I think we were 7-7 that year. I come in like the end, man. I cost the fumble, man, that game. Man, no, I start off at nose guard. I didn't get much playing time, but I cost a fumble that at 99 you're in Boonville.
So you played on the Freddie Bullitt senior year.
Yeah, I was on that team. I was a freshman.
Oh,
that's when,
yeah. Wow.
That was the first year that they cut out ninth grade football and went to junior varsity.
Wow.
Yep.
Because we went 5-6 in the regular season, but got to the North Half, and Dynamite threw the halfback pass with the gloves on. Cuz I'm sorry, but you should have took that glove off. But so
Cuz could have ran for them 3 yards.
Yeah, and y'all had a running back that year that was fast as lightning, but one thing he was gonna do, he was gonna fumble that ball. He was gonna fumble that ball. So,
I guess around my ninth grade year, man. I mean, it just started to click, man.
So you have the 97 year, and then 98 you start picking up. So then it comes to the 99 year. That was, I think, the year that solidified who you was, because when it got to the 2000 year, teams had, coach, we teach players that when a player pull, to get in his pocket but Roman did it so well that they started running into the hole that they was pulling from to try to pull him out, because he would be so deep into the pocket that players wasn't even getting, the teams weren't even able to get the play off. But Cal City, 1999.
Yeah.
Now, I was telling Coach earlier that, you wore number 54. Tell the people why you ended up with 54 on the road.
Well, I got injured, man. And they Coach Ferguson don't think
he was injured.
Coach Ferguson don't think I was injured. He said I just retired. I don't. Either way, I had to cut my jerseys off. That's why I wound up wearing 54 and white. I think it was my cousin. Yeah, it was my cousin. Who was that? DeJuan.
Yeah. And what had happened, they shouldn't have hurt the quarterback, because the quarterback they had in was giving us success, and they hurt him. And DeJuan came in, and I'm kind of like Coach Ferguson. I believe that because he had to run DeJuan down, and it was about 40, 50 yards. And when he hawked him down, he just didn't get up. It's very interesting. If you listen to the broadcast of that, they didn't know who was hurt, and his big butt was just laying on the ground, and now you toe up 56 because you got tired.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what it was, man. We lost that game, so I don't want to talk about that game. We lost.
And y'all were the type of team that Cal City had to forfeit the game because they had an illegal player, and nobody from y'all squad would take that win.
Wow.
We did. To this day, they beat us,
So
to this day,
tell us about that 99 year. What are the things that you remember the most about it, and what was the biggest thing that caught, just that you just sit back sometimes just like, man, that was a year.
Man, that 99 year, it was just, we was a close-knit football team. I think we lost, did we lose? No, we lost Skeet the year before that. But we were just Houston. Real close. Yeah, Houston, but, man, we was one that wasn't no big eyes and little U's, man. I guess it was our togetherness, man, that, that really pulled that team together. Man, we had some battles, man. You didn't go nowhere without seeing the other one, man.
Yeah.
It was just overall, man, that was a great season.
And that year was just full of I remember some of the stuff. I definitely ain't gonna go into the things y'all did on Thursday night. Don't want to give this team no ideas because I
Now we
don't
don't want
think.
to talk about that.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen. But there were some players. There were some players on your team that were characters, and
Oh
and
man.
there was one character that had a special bag with him everywhere he went.
Oh, that Bobby Advantage.
No, this one told it. It was a lot of stuff in his bag. We wasn't sure what he had in there.
Oh
X-Man
yeah,
himself.
I just thought about it.
He carried his bag around. We don't know what's in. We don't know what was in that bag.
To this day, we don't know what was in that bag.
We know he was very strong,
Yeah,
but you wasn't getting in that bag.
yeah. We
And
don't
he
know what.
and
Go
he was
ahead.
the type of player. When did he end up being captain all 4 of his years in high school?
I think maybe it was 3 out of 4. I mean, X was a leader, man. I mean, Kenny was a leader, man. I mean, he was somebody that you want to play with, play beside, go to war with any day of the week. You know, he was just that guy, man. I mean, tough as a brick wall. And
Man,
I never forget one day, man, we was practicing so hard, man. Man, I had never in my life did that much conditioning, man. I looked over at Kenny, man, and he would cry, man. I looked at Jamal, I started crying, man. We ran so much that we just was in tears, man. I mean, it was rough.
and the thing on that is, Coach Ferguson one day he missed practice one day and left it in Coach Pope's hand.
Oh Lord.
And Coach Pope was just, I don't know, Coach Pope was different. And I'm
Yeah.
sitting there like, are these players going to quit? Because here I am, this is my student coaching year. And I'm like, we probably don't need to be doing this. But that was a bad day that day.
It was terrible, man. I remember that day, man. I mean, man. Coach,
So let's
hey.
let's let's talk about that Louisville game.
Okay.
Now, Louisville, we matched up against them once again. I think it was the third round, and they had to come here. And I was telling Coach about Noah Ingram, and I remember
It
watching
was the second.
film.
You remember? It was the second round. Second round.
So it's second.
No,
No, it was
yeah,
third because we played Boone for North Half.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, we played Boone for North Half. So that was the third round when they came here, and we went in at halftime 14-0. Do you remember the speech? Do you remember how we felt? Because that was, to this day, I still say, if they beat us, they win the state championship that year.
Yeah. You know what? I don't too much. I don't even really think Coach Ferguson said much, but I can
It was
remember,
strange.
and I can remember when he come up to me and he said, Robert, I'm gonna tell you, if you hit Noah Ingram, he gonna fumble that ball. And I remember like it was yesterday, man. And I remember we was down 14-0 at halftime, wasn't
We was down 14-0 to probably the best team in the state of Mississippi with the best running back in the state of Mississippi.
we? And
And
I mean that. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I remember when Coach Ray Brown, we was coming out of the locker room, and I'm thinking Coach Benji like, man, now the season's finna be over. What am I about to do now? And Coach Brown looked at me and said, we finna win this game. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good, but I saw film on this team. and we ain't stopped Noah Ingram all night.
Man, I remember, man. Man, that was that was one of the toughest games I just ever
Yeah.
been in. Man. I mean, it was tough. I remember on that block punt. You know, we had you remember Wiley Ferguson, don't you?
Yeah.
On the block punt now, when I blocked that punt, we supposed to switch every punt. You know, we both. And Wiley said, I don't want to switch. It opened up. You know, he didn't. I guess he didn't want to go through it. So that's how I wind up. Wiley told me that it opened up the last time. So that's how I wind up getting that block, man. So.
And that was a big. And I think what happened, they threw a swing pass to Noah Ingram, and as he was juking and trying to get to where he needed to go, then big number 56 popped Noah Ingram, and Noah Ingram put that ball on the ground.
I was gonna say, did we get the forced fumble that Coach was talking about?
Yeah, we got it. It was the third. As a matter of fact, it was the third play of the second half, man. I rocked. Matter of fact, I might have caused 2 fumbles against them.
You did. You
Yeah.
quarterback. You sacked the quarterback and caused another fumble.
Sure did. Yeah.
So that instance right there saved our whole season. And just to let you know how intense that game was, we didn't even shake hands after the game.
Sure did.
Their policemen came out, kept their team and fans on their side. We celebrated on the track. We
Sure
didn't
did.
get on the field until they left. So
Wow.
it
crazy,
was
man. I mean,
rough.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So fast forward, well, not fast forward, but now we go to the Boonville game. And Coach Benji, this is why we had to suffer under Coach Jackson, always wanting to play Boonville because he could not let that game go. And I told Coach Jackson one day, I said, look, man, we don't have the same talent that we had back then. We should not be playing Boonville right now. Tell me what you remember about that game.
Man, what I tell you what, Boonville is right there with the hate I have for Kansas City. Boonville is right there. I mean, it's like 1A, 1B. I mean, that game, I guess I don't know whether we were still tired from the week before. I mean, we didn't have the same intensity to drive. I think, did we score on the first drive?
We scored on the first play. We had Kenny line up behind the tight end, and we ran 28 sweep. He ran the wrong way, and Jamal took it all the way for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And I kept telling Jamal, by Kenny running the wrong way, the linebacker must have followed him. That gave you the opportunity to take it all the way to the house.
I think what they was doing was they were stacking on their offense, man. They was overloaded. But Coach Ferguson and Coach Pope had a big group. Coach Pope wanted to slide. Coach Ferguson didn't want to slide it.
Yeah.
They kept running. If you go back and look at their film, man, they were basically running the same play.
I can't watch it. Coach Jackson, he watched it. Every time I still got the highlight film from that year, and every time it gets to the Boonville game, I cut it off. I just can't watch it.
I watched some of it. Like I say, I hate them, but I still hate Kansas City. So there you go.
Well, Roman, there was a story in the Bible when Joseph, when he went to Egypt and he said it was going to be 7 years of great stuff, and then the next 7 years is going to be famine. Let's talk about the 2000 season. Roman was the only one left after we graduated. Tony Woodall, we graduated. Jenkins, we graduated. Jamal, Brent Spencer, basically the whole team. And Roman was the only one left.
Me and Andy Brown.
Yeah, and that year didn't go according to plan.
Well, it didn't at all, man. I guess that's why I didn't go to college and play football, because that season right there did me in, man. I mean, I wasn't used to losing. I mean, it was terrible, man. I mean, but I think the talent was there.
Yeah.
It comes to a point whether or not do you want it or not. And I believe a lot of them guys on the team, they never experienced, success like that. And I just didn't want it. We were so young.
Yeah. And the fact of it, like, we started out okay. We lost to Pontotoc first game, and then if I'm not mistaken, we beat Kansas City the second game.
Yeah.
And then I think we might have lost the third one, and then we beat Coffeyville, so we're 2-2. Yep. But after that, it just never came back to us.
Yeah. And I remember we played good some of them games. I mean, UPOA was good. They had old Lance Pope down there. I mean, we 7-7 with them at halftime. I mean, I think we could have competed with anybody.
Coach Benji, that sound familiar?
Yeah.
It just come to that. Do you want to or not? That's the key.
So this is the reason, aside from the 99 year and the 14 year at Bruce, I feel like I'm cursed as a football coach. Because you take away those 2 years, I have lost more games as a football coach, and I ain't talking about losing. I'm talking about getting Water Valley ran out of bullets on us that 2000 year. You know when they say they scored on their first 5 possessions? No, they scored on their first 5 plays. One play, yes, when we went there, 1 play touchdown, 1 second play touchdown. They ran out of bullets on us. It was
tired. I got tired of hearing that cannon, man.
Yeah, well, they ran out of bullets. And then we did something that had never been done in Bruce history. At the time, we lost homecoming. South Pontotoc.
And I was so mad at them guys, man. I was mad at them guys, man. We go to the homecoming. I had to be there. I think I was on student council. But they ended up joining themselves. I'm in the corner, man. I'm like, look, man, I got mad. I left early, man. How you gonna sit in and party? We done got beat to South Pontotoc on homecoming. It was a disgrace.
And that was the difference in the mentality that you possess that a lot of other ones just didn't have. And even to this day, just your presence is still, man, it's still evident in the football world. Trojans 4-0 right now, and that's the first time that done happened in a long time. And it's a buzz around here now. It haven't been a buzz like this since Coach Benji got out. So just to be able to do that and to be where we at, man, this is awesome. Before we get out of here, man, you know I got to bring it up.
Yeah.
You and your hat. How did that that crazy love affair Alabama start?
Man, it started. A lot of folks don't believe it, man. They said when they got good, but at that time it was good. It was like 92, 91, maybe. I was a little boy, man. You remember when George T. They don't play Miami?
Yep.
I've been an Alabama fan ever since, man. You know, it stuck to me. It can't come off, you know.
Yeah, it's unfortunately.
It broke my heart when Saban left, man. It's like my old pops, man. You know.
Coach, he literally didn't say nothing to us for a week. He was hurt, man. He was hurt, and we've had some battles, man. We had some time where after Ole Miss had upset him, he threatened to call the police on me for being in his yard, and we kind of tried to decorate his car for him, let him know that we still support him. But one thing about him, man, no matter what happened to Alabama, he's still gonna say roll tide, roll.
Roll tide.
Well, T, man, we sure appreciate you, man, coming on, having a chit-chat with us, man.
Appreciate
the first
it,
guest
man.
we
Appreciate
ever
y'all
had.
having me on, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
And history as the first guest.
And it won't be the last time, my brother. Won't be the last time, man.
All right, just let me know.
Got you, brother. Appreciate you.
All right.
Thanks,
Y'all have a good one, man.
You too, brother.
All right, bro.
Good stuff right there, man. Good stuff.
It was. I enjoyed listening to all that, man. It's
Yeah.
just cool, you know, to hear the stories, but then to see I hope that everybody gets a chance to see the YouTube video and see the play.
Yeah.
Because I've heard to actually see the picture with the stories, you know, and put it all together. That was just neat.
Yeah, man. That I like that. We got to start talking to more former players, man, because just to hear their stories and stuff, man, we got to get to other stuff. That's why I had to cut the interview off, man. We could have talked to him. We could have talked to him 2 hours, man.
I could have sat there and just enjoyed that for a while. Yeah.
Well, let's keep it moving, man. I said we're gonna do better with our time because, man, we went an hour and 42 minutes on a recap show, and I told him, I said, hey, we're gonna try to keep this show at an hour and a half, man, so people won't shed away from us. But let's dive into the high school scene. I know tonight you got 3-1 Hamilton, 3-1 Hamilton. They're tied. I don't know what's going on, but they're at 2-2 Smithville. I think that's a misprint. I think they're 3-1, and they're at 2-2 Smithville tonight. You got 1-2 West Lowndes at 4-0 Hatley tonight, and you got 4-0 Baldwin at 0-4 East Union. So those are some teams that we do need to keep an eye on because Hamilton, Hatley, and Baldwin. We're going to see them at some point. Now on tomorrow night, we got 1-3 Vardaman at 3-1 Water Valley. We got 0-4 Houston at 1-2 New Hope. We got 2-2 Walnut at 3-1 Myrtle. You got 3-1 Aberdeen, fresh off the 8-game title, going to 2-2 Itawamba. You got 1-3 Okolona at surprisingly 0-4 Nettleton. You got 3-1 Noxapater at 4-0 Eupora. You got 3-1 Bickersville at 1-3 Alcorn Central. You got 0-4 Coffeyville going to 1-3 Potts Camp. And now you got another big one in Oxford, man. And I'm telling you, I don't know how traffic's going to be, but they said it was terrible last week and it was a 2-lane game. LSU is in the house, but on tomorrow, number 5 Grenada, 4-0 Grenada is going to Oxford. And once again, Oxford is almost looking like they're in the SEC now.
Yeah.
I mean, week to week, you're playing top notch. Grenada, which is a couple of years removed from a state title, and look like they regroup and condolences and prayers out to the Grenada football team and the family. They lost a player this week that was found deceased. And we do extend our prayers out to the Grenada community, the football team. That's a difficult time. I know you went through that, losing a teammate, and that's very hard to deal with. And then you're trying to focus and prepare for a game. So we do extend our prayers out to them. 3-0 West Point will be at 4-0 Tupelo. That's going to be a good one.
Wow.
You got 3-0 Pontotoc at 3-1 New Albany. You got 3-1 Starkville at 2-2 Brandon. You got 2-2 Louisville at 3-1 Noxubee County. You got 1-3 South Pontotoc at 1-3 Amory. So those are a couple of the scores that in the local teams that's in the local area to be playing tomorrow. Also, Calhoun City will be traveling to Shaw. Calhoun City is 3-1 and Shaw is 0-4. I don't think Calhoun City is going to have any problems handling that game. Matter of fact, I predict a running clock at halftime.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. But there are some really good games around the state tomorrow. It's a good slate.
Yes, and the high school scene. I am currently looking for different reporters at different places to kind of help us out. One thing, Coach Jennings called me after the last episode, and he let me have it. But he did make a good point. He said a lot of the stuff that you see on the numbers. He talked about how the penalties and that forced them to throw the ball, that forced them out of their regular game plan. And you do have to watch the game to kind of know what's really going on. And he said that played a big issue. He said they would have, the drives wouldn't sustain. And I think you mentioned that. The drive wouldn't sustain because of, they'll break a big run and there's a penalty. And we've been on the receiving end of that. So I am working on getting different people in different places to kind of help us out, to let us know the visual, give us the visual so we can talk about it, or we'll bring you on and let you talk about it.
Yeah.
We got no problem bringing you on. We share the wealth. But on tomorrow night, the Bruce Trojans will be trying to do something that has not been done. I had that pulled up and then I lost it that quick.
It's still 04, ain't it?
I think it is 04. I'm going to make sure that they did indeed.
I think the 04 team started out like 7 or 8-0.
Okay, so I'm looking at that schedule now, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They started out 8-0, so they still got a ways to cover what that 04 team. Man, that lets you know how special that team was.
I do remember following that team around every Friday night. that would been my 4th grade year, and those were the heroes that we looked up to. Man, that was a good group.
Coach, let me tell you something that's gonna break your heart. They lost 2 games that year.
You lost one of them,
19-14, and they lost the other one. They lost the 3rd round game to Boonville, 14-10. Oh my God, that was a state championship team right there.
I think the Eupora game, if I remember right, and I know, we got to get going with what's happening currently, but I think we had scored the go-ahead touchdown and there was like an inadvertent whistle or something.
Yep.
Stopped it.
Stop the play, and that is the most. I think Grubbs like to lost his head that night. He was severely pissed, and I get it. And you know, when you look at this, this is why I got that 04 team. I know a lot of people probably gonna get some slack for this. I got 95 as my number one team in Bruce history. This 04 team is number two. I know we won the state championship in 96. I'm just speaking on just overall. That 04 team has always been number 4 on my list, and I had 90. I always had 96 as my number 3 team. I had that 92 team as my number 4 team, and I had that 12 team as my number 5 because those 5 teams right there were special teams. And I just look at, a state championship is special, but what that 95 team did was crazy to run the table and to lose the North half 6-0. And to this day, and I'm going to take it with me, I don't care what they say, Chad Cook crawled into that end zone. We were all sitting there. We was in eye view of that goal line. And at that time, I know we got to move on, but I got to tell the story. At that time, Calhoun City did not have a field goal kicker. It was fourth, third and goal. And we knew that they was going to go for it. He was hit at probably the 3-4 inch line, and he back crawled into that end zone, and the referees signaled touchdown. But that wasn't the reason that we lost the game. We couldn't get no offense generated. You got to give Coach Baldwin and his staff. I work with Coach Baldwin in Tupelo. I'm trying to put myself in Tupelo. I work with Coach Baldwin in Coffeyville. Had to give him and his staff credit because they had a game plan to neutralize Marcus Thomas, to neutralize Migo, and didn't let Ed Spencer get going. And they upset us. But that 95 and that 04 team, those two teams are special. But on tomorrow night, Bruce got an opportunity to start off 5-0.
Yeah. Who'd have thought that it would have been that long since we had been 5-0 and or had a chance to be 5-0. And, I just feel like, we thought this year was going to be an improvement, but, they're got a chance to be 5-0, and it's not like they've played a bunch of close games. They've handled their business. So I feel good about, their chances to get to 5-0 tomorrow, and it's going to be exciting. I think that the homecoming crowd, there'll be an atmosphere around that's going to propel this team and get them over the edge, and it's going to be a good night. I got a good feeling about it.
And I'm with you with that. The Faulkner game didn't really feel like it shouldn't have went back and forth like that. We had so many mistakes in the beginning that we really could have took the air out of the ball. And what I mean by that, keep 7 from running the football. If you go up 3 touchdowns, that's going to stop that, and it's going to make them go back to what they normally do. So, but outside of that, in the South Pontotoc game, I think Bruce had really.
The South Pontotoc game was a 2-score game, right? I mean, it was or was it 1 score? 30. Was it 30?
Oh, it ended up being 1 score because they had to that tackle at the end, like it would have. The score, let me go back and find the score.
36-28 or something like that.
I think it ended up being a 1-score game.
I think that's right.
That last touchdown would have been crucial. We won 32-28. So if they would have,
I thought it was 36-20. So I was wrong.
Yeah. If they would have scored then, like when they tackled them, that would have put us in a bind, and that would have made us have to go back down and score. But Bruce they defeated South Pontotoc 32-28, beat Vardaman 42-7. Faulkner 46-35, and then last week 38-16. So, like you said, they're doing it in a way that's really it's getting the job done. And today the atmosphere is different, man. Migo came down today to talk to the players, and I was watching the players. I'm a big body language guy. And we've had problems in the past. Me and you both have coached here. And you could bring somebody in, and you can tell when people, they're hearing, but they're not hearing.
Right.
Coach, I can tell you tonight, every eye was zeroed in on Migo.
Awesome.
I didn't see nobody on their phone. I didn't see nobody drift off. Every eye was focused on him. That right there is that is the difference that I'm seeing.
And when you've got that level of buy-in, I think this team has good chemistry, and I'm not trying to get way down the road with this team. I think they're well coached. I think, at some point you got to stop looking at can they get to 5-0. I think they've got a chance to be special. I think they've got a chance to think things in the division line up to where you could draw a certain seed. Things could fall right for you. I think that we're going to have to start looking at this team a little differently, just based on, because I see it. I'm not there every day, but even like when you see how they carry themselves, say after a mistake or after a good play, it seems like they stay kind of level. They don't drop their head, or they don't get way over emotional. They just kind of stay even keel and keep it going. So I think, we're getting close to starting to talk about this team a little differently.
And that's where the coaching part comes into play. A lot of people don't understand that it's more than X's and O's. You can be the most talented player in the world, and you can have all the attributes that's needed to be great. But if you can't maintain a certain mentality on the field, or on the court, or whatever that you do, then it's all for nothing. And sometimes, I guess because I am currently still a coach, I kind of discredit our influence as far as wins and losses sometimes, because I'm a firm believer, especially in basketball. I remember when I was in Coffeyville, a lot of people used to give me credit for a lot of the wins that we had, but I was like, crap, my starting five was 5'10", 6'3", 6'2", 6'4", and 6'5". I mean, it was nothing I done.
Right.
But at the same token, you have to be able to navigate that type and be able to make it work. And that's one of the things that I am seeing. Not only, we talked about in that episode that there's a great complement of players, they complement each other. I can say that the coaches complement each other. You don't see everybody they're complementing each other to the point to where everything is fitting. And when you got coaches fitting, then the team is going to fit. And then you're going to start having some success.
And I think I think, I think a lot of Coach Ray's staffs were great examples of that. Like they all complemented each other. Coach Maddox, Coach Clark, they had all worked together for a long time, and been together. So I see where having that fit of a coaching staff translates. And I agree with you. I just think it's a talented staff. I think they're good at what they do. But, also the fact that they complement each other, there's not egos button or heads button and things like that. They're all on the same page. It's easier to put them pieces together and go find success.
It makes a difference. Well, on tomorrow night, they will be facing Jay-Z George. Just want to run some stats across to you. Jay-Z George is averaging 201 yards a game. Well, Bruce is averaging 410 yards a game. Points, Jay-Z George is averaging 26 points a game. Bruce is averaging 39.5. The all-time record is listed as 6-2. That one of those two was a very unfortunate night.
We ain't got time to.
Anyway, we lost 8-4. We lost 8-44, but I won't bring up what happened that game. But it was that type of night. But I do believe Bruce do what they're supposed to do on tomorrow night. Then they're gonna be successful. And we're gonna be 5-0, and y'all can come and meet me at the party over there at the park with my class. Class 95 will be at the pavilion because that's what we do, and you go over there and party. But you know what I love about it? That my class, we have a group chat before we move on to the next subject. And one of my classmates asked, "Is there a way that we can watch the game?" Now this classmate don't have no dog in the fight. He don't have no family out there. But it was important that he wanted to know is there a way that we can. And then somebody else said, yeah, the Bruce Booster Club was streaming. So now that the fans want to be a part of it, the last couple of years, we were just all about the party at the homecoming and just being able to see our friends. But now we want to know what's going on at the game now. So That's huge, man. That is huge, and I'm loving it, brother. I'm loving it.
It is, man, and it's good for the kids because I remember as a player, we had a packed crowd, a lot of buzz all the time, especially my junior and senior year, and there was just an atmosphere that I think if you play football, you should get to experience that. So
Yes,
I'm glad these
yes.
kids, it's part of the experience, and I'm glad they're getting to experience it.
Crap, Chris Ford, get well soon, man. My bad. I hate you didn't get to enjoy that. But so we're gonna let's move on to the. I just want to go over the JUCO games that's going on tonight. Just want to go over it briefly. I don't want to lose. I thought about it like we can't leave the JUCO out. I know we haven't covered them in the last couple of weeks, but I do want to at least bring up some games of interest. You got Hines traveling to East Central tonight. We got a big one in my alma mater. Northwest is going to Northeast tonight for a big one. You got Colin is going to Southwest. Mississippi Gulf Coast is at Pearl River. Itawamba, fresh off of the big upset of East Mississippi, they are traveling to Mississippi Delta. And on Saturday, you got East Mississippi going to Coahoma College. You got Holmes Community College going to Jones. Current standings right now, Holmes is 2-0 in the division, in the North Division. They're 2-2 on the year. Itawamba is 1-0, 2-2 on the year. Northeast Mississippi is 1-1 in the division, 3-1 on the year. Northwest is 1-1, 3-1 on the year. East Mississippi is 1-1, 2-2 on the year. Mississippi Delta is 0-1, 0-4 on the year, and you got Coahoma that's 0-2 and 0-4 on the year. Northwest is still have a fighting chance to get in the conversation right now. They're ranked number 7 in the poll, so they didn't do themselves any favors by losing to East Mississippi. But
you can't lose no more. You burned
you
your
can't.
most.
Yeah, you got to win. You got to win out. Right now, you got our Western Community College is 2-1, ranked number 2. So that gives Northwest a chance. But Mississippi Gulf Coast is currently ranked number 4, and Hines Community College is ranked number 14. So we got 3 teams in Mississippi that's ranked, and at the end of the year, those top 2 teams will advance to the national championship game. So that is the JUCO level on tonight, and we just want to let everybody know that this episode is sponsored by Clear Whey Protein Powder. It's a refreshing high-protein drink that transforms your post-workout routine. Crafted with pure whey protein isolate, this innovative formula offers a light and flavorful alternative to the traditional protein shakes. And I hated that chalky taste of protein shakes. So this is a breath of fresh air that I can get my protein in without having to worry about that chalky taste. It has 0 lactose and 0 sugar. It caters to those seeking a clean, transparent approach to fitness, nutrition without compromising on taste or quality. Go to their website at www.clearprotein, that's KLEAR protein.com. You can get a discount. Go into when it comes to the promo section, type in Coach25 and you will get a 20% discount. We're just letting you know that the coaches, we're sending you to get you some quality protein and you're going to get 20% off. So make sure that you visit www.clearprotein.com and get yours today. Coach, it's time to go to the college, and we're going to run through the top 25. We're going to talk about the spreads and the line, and then you are going to take over, and you're going to give us the keys to winning this weekend. All right, on Friday night, you got number 8 Florida State going to Virginia. Florida State is a 6.5-point favorite. Also on Friday night, you got number 24 TCU is going to Arizona State. But here's the shocker. Arizona State is a 3.5-point favorite. How do you feel about that?
There's some weird lines. Let me look and see. I'm pretty sure I took this is a bad pod because I took TCU. I like TCU.
I like TCU.
I thought it was. I'm telling you, there's multiple games I feel this way. I don't know if early money came in one way and it then switched or something. I don't know, but I've got TCU in that one. That's a weird line to me.
And I'm shocked over when I saw it earlier today. I said, well, let me make sure. I had to clean my glasses because I was like, we saw Arizona State. We saw them. We saw them against Mississippi State. I'm not sold on it. And then talking to you, I got even more unsold on them. So TCU is the pick on that for me. On Saturday, we got number 16 Georgia Tech going to Wake Forest. Georgia Tech is a 13.5-point favorite. You got number 21 USC traveling to number 23 Illinois. I'm still trying to get used to these funky Big Ten schedules when you got teams that's on the West Coast that's traveling all the way to the East Coast to play a conference game. That is crazy, but we are in a different time and era right now. USC is a 6.5-point favorite. You got number 22 Notre Dame traveling to Arkansas, and we talked about it earlier. I am shocked at the spread, and it's letting me. Vegas is not even believing in Notre Dame, but Notre Dame is a 4.5-point favorite.
Yeah, I think this is a game where if I had to guess the reason for the line, Vegas is expecting a shootout. I don't know what the total is, but
the total is 64.5.
Yeah, so I think they're expecting Arkansas to score, and I think they expect Arkansas not to stop anybody. So I could see a game, and Notre Dame's not done anything to make me believe in them. So I do think that they'll cover the 4.5, but I don't see them blowing out. I think Arkansas will score enough points for it to be an interesting game.
Well, all right, we got Utah State traveling to number 18. Vanderbilt is in the top 20. Number 18, Vanderbilt, folks. And they are a 22.5-point favorite.
And Coach, they dropped 70 on Georgia State last week, so you better lay them.
Yeah, I think you can. I think that's a safe one right there. All right, you got number 1 Ohio State traveling to Washington. Once again, another one of these funky Big Ten games from the East Coast and West Coast. They are 7.5-point favorite. Is that shocking? Do you think they should have been more?
I think that it'll end up being more. I think that what you're seeing, because you've seen it a few times this year already, and last year kind of had the same trend, as you're seeing where these conferences make no sense geographically, and you're seeing these traveling through different time zones, playing. I think that, those road games, road teams, they're not expecting as good of play out of them on these long road trips. And there's data to support it. When you look at, games from last year and some of these early games this season.
Okay, we got the big one that we'll wait. We'll come back to that one because we're gonna get in depth. We're gonna get deeper on that. We got Auburn. Will be traveling to number 9 Texas A&M. Got reports this week that their receiver Horatio Fields, who's ranked 3rd on the team with 12 receptions, 106 yards, and a touchdown, will be sidelined indefinitely with a broken foot. Being a third option, I think with Hugh Freeze and I'm pretty sure number 4 is probably just as talented as number 3. So I don't think that's going to make a big deal. A&M is a 6.5-point favorite. You got number 11 Indiana traveling to Iowa. Indiana is a 7.5-point favorite. You got this is going to be I think this is sneaky. This is a sneaky big game. Number 15 Tennessee is going to Starkville to take on 4-0 Mississippi State. Are you shocked that Mississippi State is still not ranked?
I am. I mean, they've got a win over a top 25 team.
Yes.
The schedule that's been put in front of them, they've won the games. They've covered lines. I think they're the only team that's not only or undefeated, but they're undefeated against the spread. I think there might be 3 other teams that have covered every line and won every game. So, I mean, I don't see why you can't put them 25th. I mean, at a minimum, that could have been a top 25 matchup in Starkville.
Well, Tennessee is a 7.5-point favorite. Tennessee going to Starkville and beating Mississippi State by more than 7 points. I don't know, Coach. I got
think that
Mississippi State
it's.
winning this. I got Mississippi State upsetting Tennessee.
I think that there's a you got to think about like that atmosphere. If they decide not to ring them cowbells responsibly, that place gets loud.
That is a headache.
And
And
we've seen this quarterback against Georgia. He put some balls in there that I was like, he'll throw it to you.
yes, he will.
State plays extremely hard. Like I know, and I've probably said this in an earlier podcast when we talked about State. I know that Levy's an offensive guy. You want to see good offense, but they play really hard defensively.
Yes.
And don't make a ton of mistakes. They just do what they're supposed to do, and they play extremely hard. So I mean, I think this game, Tennessee should definitely be on upset alert.
Well, I take State, take the money line. Arizona will be traveling number 14 Iowa State. Iowa State is a 6.5 point favorite. The game that I will be at home watching tomorrow night, number 6 Oregon will travel to the all white, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna white out that stadium.
White out.
That stadium, when they are rocking, they are rocking. And they're traveling to number 3 Penn State. Penn State is a 3.5 point favorite. Is that you think that's accurate?
No, I have no faith in Drew Aller in the big games. I saw enough in the Peach Bowl that I'm a never Aller guy. Like I don't have the faith in him. Now, granted, I know Oregon's not been the best in big game situations. They don't have a ton of just signature wins. But I do think Oregon, to me, is one of the. I don't know if they're not the number one team in the country. What I've seen so far. So I've got Oregon winning by a touchdown.
The Big Ten is stacked. The Big Ten and the SEC, I mean, it looked like they could just start a league by themselves and because both conferences is like basically what we've read tonight in the top 25 is either a Big Ten game or an SEC game. So regardless of what people feel, regardless of how frustrated they are, it is what it is. It ain't too many ACC, teams that we mentioned. Ain't too many Big 12 teams that we mentioned. These two conferences are the cornerstone powerhouse conferences in NCAA football. Number 17 Alabama will be going to number 5 Georgia. Georgia's a 3.5 point favorite. Winless Massachusetts will be going to number 20 Missouri. Missouri is a 43.5 point favorite.
It's a lot.
Coach, but here lately, the last couple of weeks, go ahead and take that line.
Yeah.
Because people have been covering those big lines. Teams have been covering those big lines.
Yeah, usually, especially with like your SEC schools, it's all about, do they feel like it? And most of the time they get there before they feel like taking the foot off the gas. So I on my list, I laid the 43.5. I got covering it.
I feel like that's going to be, I think they're going to take that. Last we got number 25 BYU traveling to Colorado, and BYU is a 6.5 point favorite. Do you think Prime can rally the troops to get back on the winning side this week?
I got BYU just because I don't know a ton about them, but the little bit I've seen, they do look like, I would say, they actually have a chance to fight Texas Tech on that Big 12 spot. Just looking at what I've seen. Now, it's been mainly highlights, and I know there's a lot more to games than that. But I think that they'll get this win against Colorado. I don't see it this week.
So to me, and just let me know if you kind of agree or disagree. Colorado kind of seems like a bunch of parts that's laid out, and a bunch of people trying to put the bunch of parts together, and everybody's just getting in the way of everybody.
I think that's a fair assessment of it. I haven't seen every play of Colorado, but from what I have seen, I do think that's pretty fair. Like there's some pieces there. I just don't know if the continuity's there
Yeah.
to make it work. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's get into what everybody has been waiting to hear all day. Number 4 LSU travels to Oxford, Mississippi to take on number 13 Ole Miss. And Ole Miss is a 1.5 point favorite. And today, before you get started, Pat McAfee tried his best to pull who will be starting this weekend out of Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
And Pat McAfee, I watched the show. He was very strategic and tricky about it. And he tried to spin it like, well, the reports have it's just in. And Lane just kind of looked at him like, well, let me call the coaches and let them know that they're supposed to be starting. But I do believe that Trinidad is starting this week. But this is what I think. I believe Lane is going to play both quarterbacks.
I think that Lane's kind of been what the rule states. I mean, it's an availability report. It's not an injury report. We don't see Austin Simmons on it, so he's available. And if he needs to play, if they think he needs to play for them to win, I think he's going to play. You're living in an era now where they're having to earn what they're getting paid. So if it comes to it, I think he will play if needed. But I do think, like you said, I think this Trinidad will take the starting role for him for sure.
Well, let's break down this game. We're going to call this the Benji Minute.
All right.
Our first segment or another segment, but this is called the Benji Minute. Wait till I get the graphics together, man. It's going to be awesome.
You're going to have the music in the background.
Going to have the music, going to have the graphic, but this is the Benji Minutes. What are the keys? Or let's talk about this LSU and Ole Miss game.
Well, I've got an offensive key and a defensive key, and they all revolve around the same position groups. I've watched a ton of film. I've listened to a ton of LSU podcasts to try to get their feeling on if they feel the same way as I do about the tape, the people that see the team every day. I believe this game, like every game, it's cliche to say, but I believe the lines of scrimmage is what's going to matter. You look at LSU, I think keys for offense, you look at the LSU front seven, there's NFL talent all over it. So I think it's going to be very important for us, we have to win on early downs and stay ahead of the chains to make sure that they're not just teeing off on us. Because I think I do think our offensive line has improved from week 1 to now, but I think that this is a group. They remind me of the Ole Miss front seven from last year, that if they get the opportunity to pin their ears back, we're going to be in trouble. And I think that, you're going to get some help if Chambliss plays because he's a running quarterback. He's going to be your +1 guy. He's going to add an extra gap to defend. And, you may get in a situation where they decide to roll down, play a back-end guy in the running game, and you may get some man-to-man opportunities, and you're going to have to take advantage of that. But I think it all will boil down to how well they perform in early down situations to keep that defense from just pinning their ears back and coming after us. And then on the defensive side of the ball, at some point, our front seven has got to step up and create some havoc. And I think if there was a week to do it, it would be this week. I think LSU's weakest point, I think they've got really good wide receivers. I think they've got a really good quarterback. But up front on offense, I think they struggle. And we have to find a way to make Nussmeier uncomfortable because I think he's an NFL talent that if we give him time, he has NFL-type receivers to throw it to. But, if they can stop the run and dial up some pressure, I think maybe Perkins can find his way into a rush scenario. He's played a lot of coverage. Maybe you move him more into a rush situation. Maybe Iman Mielen plays more than just – it looks like he's been a package guy where it's obvious passing situations. Maybe you see him play more and try to get after the quarterback. I just think that they're going to have to find a way to get pressure, and they've got to hit home when they do get it. So those are my keys to the game. I think I think on the first drive of the game for both teams, we're going to know immediately where this game's going. And all you got to do is look at the lines of scrimmage to figure it out.
So, what advantage, quarterback wise, who give us the best opportunity? Who give us the best chance?
I think it depends on. I would say Chambliss, just because he's going to give you an extra gap in your running game. But if they decide to come out and stop the run, do we trust him in the passing game? You know, if you had a healthy Simmons that you could turn loose running, I would say Simmons, because I do think he has enough zip on the ball to beat some. Like, this is going to be a really good secondary. You know, this ain't going to be the floating them up on the sideline type. Like, that's not going to get this done. But I do think that if Trinidad's your healthy quarterback that can give you something in the running game, force them to play an extra gap, and you find a way to beat the blitz in the passing game through an RPO or through a quick game or whatever, and you can and make that work, I think he'll be fine.
So, as far as running football, is the in between the tackles going to be the option, or is it going to be the edge? Or can we run it in at all?
Well, I think anytime you watch a Lane Kiffin offense, they're determined to run it between the tackles. And I think that, you know, you're going to have to, but I do think that Trinidad Chambliss will have to make plays on the edge for them to be successful in the running. Like, he's going to have to, especially like when you think about if they bring a lot of pressure and play man behind it, he's going to have to extend plays, get outside the pocket, and run on the outside to give them a chance. So I think you're going to have to be able to do both. Like, there's going to be times where you're going to get in third and short, and you're going to have to be able to run between tackles. But, you know, so I think Kewan Lacey is going to be you need him to have a big game in that sense.
So the big question everybody want to know, Coach, who wins the ball game?
I'll give you a score and everything. I have a 27-20 Ole Miss win.
Woo! You heard it first. You saying we take this game 27-20, and I'm just going to roll with that one.
I think that we're going to get enough pressure. I think we're going to see our defensive line put a game together, and I think Nussmeier's going to throw us one, and we're going to win by a touchdown.
Well, you know what, brother? I will take that, and I will run with that. And rest assured, when we win that, man, all my LSU compadres, you will not want to watch the show on Sunday night. So make sure that you that don't happen.
Hey, and if I'm wrong, don't crucify me.
Oh, you got to get lit up. You got to get lit up. Unleash your inner strength and beat fatigue with the Patriox Liquid Oxygen. Pure spring water oxygenated for ultimate vitality. Refresh, detox, and empower your freedom-fighting spirit. Go to patriox.us, that's patriox.us, and click on get you some water that's going to do more than just quench your thirst. It's going to do a lot more. But when you go there, type in Coach 25 in the promo section, and you will get 10% off of anything that you order. That's patriox.us, Patriot Water. How to beat fatigue is Patriox Liquid Oxygen. Well, Coach, man, we almost to that 30-minute mark. I said we was going to do an hour and 30 minutes. I promised people, so we got 8 more minutes. But what I want to do before we go dive into the NFL quickly go through the NFL. I've been glancing back and forth tonight. The Arizona Cardinals are looking like grade A garbage. The Kyler Murray experiment bust in. It's not working, and it's just time to end it. It's not working at all. But tonight is Thursday night giveaway. Now, we tried to get everybody involved, man. We tried to give you an opportunity. I don't know, maybe you didn't think we was going to give it away for real or whatever the case may be. So I guess tonight we just got to make believer out of folks. And then when they get something, they're going to tell somebody. They're going to tell somebody else. And like the next time they giving giveaways, man, all you got to do is just apply, or all you got to do is subscribe. It don't even cost you any money. Just subscribe to our podcast, rate us, send us a screenshot, and you'll go into the drawing. But this week, let me share my screen because I want everybody to see it. We are going to, now I'm going to give away, well, we're going to give away $25, but isn't there something else attached to that, Coach?
Yeah, Carrie said that she was, if you were a female in there, I think that's all we had signed
That's
up.
all of them.
She was matching a free blowout at the salon, so go see
And
her.
give the name of the salon and location.
It's the Nail Boutique in Bruce, Mississippi, over there across from, what is that, State Farm, and
State Farm right beside.
and Dr. Pullen and the dance studio and Joe's, all right there.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to spin the wheel. If your name is pulled, we are going to post it on our website, and you will have 24 hours to email us your Cash App handle, and we will send you $25. So here we go. It's time. Let me get to this point. Let me get where I can spin the wheel. I need to hide my ads over there. I don't need the WWE and ESPN to be trying to sneak their ads in on our stuff. Well, let me spin this wheel before something else come on. Let me close the ads. Y'all ain't gave us no money to be advertising on our show. All right, here we go. We spinning. You gotta be kidding me. Mary Alex Cockless is our winner tonight. Oh my gosh.
Congratulations.
I'm going to hear this all day tomorrow. She's going to come in celebrating. Mary Alex is our winner tonight. She wins the $25 cash giveaway, and she wins the blowout. We're going to work on some more giveaways. All you got to do is subscribe to the one of the top podcasts that's on right now. So don't be left behind. Join us and have fun with us. Let me quickly go over the NFL, and then we will wrap this thing up for tonight. Right now, Seattle's playing Arizona on Sunday morning. I think that game is overseas. You got Minnesota playing Pittsburgh Steelers. That's a 40.5 point total. You got Philadelphia at Tampa Bay. You got New Orleans at Buffalo, Woodshed. You got Carolina at New England. You have Washington at Atlanta. You got the Cleveland Browns at Detroit, Woodshed. You got the Tennessee Titans at Houston in the lowest total game on the day, 38.5 point total. And I did some extensive research on both of them. They don't allow a lot of points on both sides, but they also don't score a lot.
They don't score, Coach.
It is dark season in New York City. You got the Los Angeles Chargers traveling to NYC to take on the New York Football Giants. And our quarterback will be starting his first game. Are they sending him to the Lions, or it was just time to make the move?
I'm kind of on. I think it was time to make a move because I think they needed that performance Monday night or Sunday night.
I watched the game. It was horrible.
Yeah, they needed some justification, and they got it. But you got to think, man, if we're going to say that the SEC is NFL light, NFL junior, Jackson Dart played 3 years in it. So, I mean, how much more prepared could he be without actually playing in the games to get experience? So, I think it's not a bad – if you're going to make the move, make the move. So,
Russell Wilson was horrible. That last drive, coach. Jackson Dart cannot do any – I couldn't do any worse than what I saw on that last drive.
Like
It
him
was a-
hitting the goalpost on the throws and stuff was just –
As I was looking at it, there's a sense when you be like, man, you're playing with me. You're trying to get me fired. If I'm Debo, I'm just thinking, you're trying to get me fired. Because it really didn't make sense, but it was horrible. You got Jacksonville traveling to San Francisco. Man, if you just saw this at the beginning of the year, you wouldn't think this would be the game of the week. But you got Indianapolis traveling to the Los Angeles Rams.
Danny Dimes.
That is the game of the week, man. That's why I'm afraid for Jackson Dart, because everybody that left New York has been successful.
Yeah.
You got the Chicago Bears traveling to Las Vegas. You got my Baltimore Ravens, who will find a way somehow to blow a lead, or Derrick Henry will fumble the ball, or Lamar Jackson will sit there and dance around instead of just running the ball. Son, if they give you a lane, just go. Quit trying to prove to the world that you can throw the football. You're a two-time MVP. Who gives a care? Go win a Super Bowl, man. Coach, he hangs in the pocket and like, well, let me wait because I got to show them I can throw the football. I don't care. Go win.
Preach.
Coach is irritating, man. And now Derrick Henry, all I keep looking at every time he fumbles the ball is him running up hills with chains on his neck and tires behind him. He should have got all the tires, hooked them up on some type of gauntlet, and or put some chains on the gauntlet and hit himself in the arm so he wouldn't keep fumbling the football. He's averaging a fumble a game. And his fumbles hurt. They had crucial
They're in bad
moments.
spots. Yeah. Hey, but at least you got something to be passionate about. I mean, I'm just a lifeless Titans fan. Like, it could always be worse, man.
One of these teams will be 1-3 after that night. Green Bay is traveling to the America's team. I don't know what America that is, because the Dallas Cowboys are cooked. Dak Prescott is cooked. The whole Dallas team is cooked. They are cooked. They're done, Coach. They're done.
They had us thinking Russell Wilson was about to have a comeback season.
And he was horrible. The way Russell Wilson looked, the Cowboys are terrible.
Yeah.
I'm talking to my father-in-law. I'm talking to my wife. The Cowboys are done. They are cooked. Flip them over. How about them Cowboys? They are terrible. That was my rant on that. 2 nights, it'll be 2 games on Monday night. You got the New York Football Jets. Why did I call them that? That's not them. I guess Justin Fields will be back, and who will be taking on Miami, who once again is trying to get their head coach sent back to San Francisco. Because if they lose this game, I think that will be it. They will fire him after this game. And the lowly Cincinnati Bengals will be going to Denver. And the air ain't just thin in Denver, but they're going to realize that Jake Browning is not the answer. And I think they're going to lose that game as well. So that is our NFL outlook. My brother, I think we can get back with these people on Sunday night, and we can talk about the high school games, the college games, and then we will recap. We'll recap the NFL games. Anything else before we get off, my guy?
Man, we made it through another one, and going strong. And I just hope that picks have been made and stuff. I hope we're in a good mood come Sunday.
Oh man, subscribe. You can subscribe to our YouTube page. You can subscribe for those that weren't able to catch the live tonight. It will be available in the morning. Usually when we do a show that night, the show will be available the next morning on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on Amazon, or wherever you get your podcast. Subscribe, set the notifications so when a new episode come out, you don't miss the episode. So I am the defensive coordinator who's tired and will be tired after tomorrow because it will be on tomorrow because it's homecoming in Bruce. And, man, I'll see you tomorrow night.
I'll
we
be
got
there.
we got a special surprise for our pregame show next week, but we'll tell y'all about this Sunday. We need you to tune in. So from my brothers to the left, to right is one of them. And for myself, we thank everybody for joining us tonight. Until we see you again, keep running the football. Trust me, keep pounding that ball. The defense is going to be wore out eventually. And eventually, everything you thought wasn't going to work is now working because you wore the defense out.